So today I'm doing another 1950s through the 90s collaboration, but this time we're doing kind of a Christmas edition style that I am so excited about. I had so much fun putting the last 1950s through the 90s collaboration together. I loved watching everyone's videos and just kind of the effect that you got watching them all one by one and just seeing how the times changed throughout the decades. And as soon as I did that one, I knew that I wanted to do a Christmas one. So each channel involved in this collaboration took on a decade between the 50s and the 90s. And they are all doing a Christmas video highlighting the trends and traditions from their decade. So here is the Christmas lineup. We have me doing the 1950s, Natalie Bennett doing the 1960s, Nia's Nest doing the 70s, the Mommy Archives doing the 80s, and Elle Lindquist doing the 1990s. I will have all of their videos linked down below, so when you get done watching this one, make sure to check the description box and check out all of their videos. Everyone worked so hard on their videos to bring us back to Christmas during their decade, and I'm so excited to watch them, and I hope you guys are too. So I ended up doing a little bit of a Christmas day in the life in the 1950s. So again, I try to stay away from technology that wasn't available in the 50s, like the microwave, the TV. I also stayed off social media for the entire day and really just immersed myself in the 50s during Christmas time. I also learned some really fun and interesting facts about Christmas during the 1950s that I'll share throughout the video. My morning started again at 6:30 a.m. just like it did the last time. In the 1950s, a lot of times mothers would wake up before their family and get all ready before everyone woke up, and so that's what I did. For hair and makeup, I pretty much just did the same exact thing that I did last time. I put my hair up in pin-up curls and then just put it back with a bobby pin, and for makeup, I did the classic winged eyeliner with red lips. I got a 1950s style gingerbread skirt that I thought would be perfect for this video, and then I paired it with a black blouse. Just as I was finishing up getting ready, Harper started to wake up, so I went upstairs and got her. The night before, I had laid out her clothing. That was a very popular thing, to lay out yours and your kids' clothing the night before. Aside from that, our morning routine was pretty similar to how it always is. You ready to go downstairs and get some breakfast? Good morning, guys. I am about to start making a Christmas breakfast. Hi, baby. Stir it. Woo! Good job. Yeah. Good job, honey. Are you helping mommy make pancakes? Like I mentioned in my last 1950s video, I always thought that 1950s housewives would make a big breakfast in the morning, but I learned that during the weekdays they would do simple breakfast like cereal and oatmeal, and then on the weekends was when they would make a big breakfast for their family. And so since it was Saturday, I thought it'd be the perfect time to do that. And I had so much fun making these Santa and reindeer pancakes. You want the Santa Claus or the reindeer? You want the Santa Claus? You went straight for the chocolate chips, huh? Yes, you did. Mwah! Kisses! So I was researching like vintagey Christmas breakfasts to make, and this popped up. But I wanted to make sure that there was Ready Whip in the 1950s, so I researched it, and Ready Whip actually came out in the 1950s, so it was kind of a big thing. It was invented in 1948, and then it started to be distributed nationally in 1954. So it was a very new thing, and so I thought it was perfectly fitting to use it in the breakfast. After breakfast, it was time to clean up the mess we made making the pancakes. And that included doing the dishes by hand. Is it time for you to get out of your pajamas? I was looking for a cute little vintage inspired Christmas dress for Harper, and I love this one that I got from Etsy. I followed the same 1950s cleaning schedule that I did in my last video that I will have linked down below. But I didn't include all of the footage this time because this video would be really long. But it basically includes cleaning the entire house from dusting, sweeping, mopping, cleaning the bathrooms, making the beds, and doing one weekly chore. Okay, so I just finished the morning chores, which took about an hour, and then now I'm going to make a nice little Christmas lunch. So far the morning has been going really well. It's 11 o'clock and I have gotten a ton done following the 1950s schedule and cleaning routine and everything, but it's also really, really fun and I've been enjoying it. For lunch, I kept it pretty simple with turkey and cheese sandwiches, but to put a little Christmas spin on it, I use Christmas cookie cutters. After lunch and before I put Harper down for her nap, I wanted to make a fun little DIY from this 1950s party book. They have an entire Christmas section in here, which was actually the inspiration to do this video. It shares Christmas decorating ideas, fun DIYs that you can do for Christmas decorations or things to do with the kids, as well as homemade tree ornaments and fun and beautiful ways to wrap presents. It gives lots of great recipes from Christmas dinners to Christmas lunches, Christmas breakfast. And since it's a party book, it shares lots of fun Christmas party ideas that you can do with friends, family, cute little parties that you can throw with the kids, and even gives some fun Christmas family traditions that you can do. One of the DIYs that it shared was to make these ice cream cone ornaments. So all you need is little waffle cones, cotton balls, glue, and a Christmas ornament hook. I poked a little hole in the waffle cone using a needle and then put the ornament hook in. Then I just placed the cotton balls inside of the waffle cone with a little bit of glue, and there you have cute little ice cream cones. And then the book also suggested putting these on top of Christmas presents as well. Next, we were going to decorate the tree as a family, and so I wanted to make some Christmassy treats. So I decided to make these coconut macaroon snappers and a wassail bowl. Okay, I've never made like whipped cream or anything before because the whole like doing it until it gets to the right peaks has always intimidated me. It says to whip the eggs until it gets medium to stiff peaks. Do I do it a little bit more? I'm just gonna roll with it. I think bleh. So then I take the egg whites and I gently fold it into this mixture. I thought it'd be fun to put a little Christmas spread on the table so that we can all enjoy the treats while we decorate the Christmas tree together. Okay, so we are going to decorate this tree. We got 2 Christmas trees this year, like partly specifically just for this video. We're in the front room right here, and I kind of decorated this whole room like very like kind of vintagey 1950s, and I am so excited to decorate the Christmas tree kind of 1950s style. Using tinsel was very popular in the 1950s. And as I was looking at vintage 50s ornaments, I saw that the most popular colors were turquoise, pink, red, lime green, and silver, which I really loved. I feel like traditionally you don't see a ton of pink on Christmas trees these days. It was also a trend in the 1950s to use these satin and styrofoam ornament balls. because after the war, it became popular to use synthetic materials, and that carried over to the Christmas trees as well. My first time ever using tinsel. Should we put this one? Let's put it right here.
Put it on the tree.
This was Harper's first time decorating the Christmas tree, and she did so well, and she had a complete blast. I love the way that our 50s Christmas tree came out, especially with the little ice cream cones that we made from the party book. So now that the tree is decorated, we wanted to put some Christmas presents underneath the tree. So we are gonna go Christmas shopping at a really fun toy store.
How old are you? One and a half.
We took Harper to go sit on Santa's lap, and she didn't cry, so that is a win for me. We are having so much fun here. It is so beautiful. I am so glad that we came here.
Look at the green light.
Wow! After looking at the Christmas lights and seeing Santa, we went to the toy shop to pick out some vintage Christmas toys. I did a lot of research on what were the popular Christmas gifts during the 1950s, and a lot of them are still classics today, like Play-Doh, Mr. Potato Head, Fisher-Price toys, and Gumby. So for Harper's gifts, we decided to get her a little Gumby set. I loved Gumby when I was a baby, so it was definitely nostalgic getting this for Harper. I also learned that one of the popular toys in the 50s were these corn poppers, and they actually still sell them today, so we picked one up for Harper. I also researched popular gifts that the husbands and wives would give to each other. So for men, I was seeing a lot of Christmas ads for guns, cigarettes and chewing tobacco, lighters from Zippo, wallets, and these little picture albums that were like wallets that men could carry with them to show off pictures of their families. That was before iPhones. And shaving sets. And so I thought it'd be fun to get Joe this shaving set from Etsy. I thought it was something that he would have fun using. He doesn't have a shaving set like this. For women, I was definitely seeing kind of the stereotypical gifts for women, like vacuum cleaners, Pyrex dishes, Avon makeup, and jewelry. And so Joe decided to stick with the classic jewelry for me. I was also seeing that it was popular at this time for families to buy a TV as a family Christmas gift and bring a TV into their home for the first time. When we were all done shopping, we decided to go out for shakes and burgers for dinner because that just seems very 1950s to me. A Christmas tradition that emerged in the 1950s was the tracking of Santa Claus by NORAD. In 1955, a Sears department store advertised a telephone hotline where children could call and personally speak to Santa. Although the number in the ad was misprinted and the calls went to NORAD, which is the Continental Air Defense Command Center. The colonel ordered personnel to give the location of Santa to the children who had called in from the ad, creating a tradition that still continues at NORAD today. So Joe just put Harper down and we're gonna have a little bit of a Christmas relaxing evening together. Joe had actually got me this Elvis Christmas record back when he bought me this record player, and so I already had it ready to go. So we're gonna listen to some Christmas Elvis and sit by the fire and drink some of our eggnog and the Christmas cookies that I made earlier today and just relax together.
Straight up chop this myself.
Joe and I and Harper had so much fun during our Christmas day back in the 1950s. Again, it was really nice to just kind of immerse ourselves into a simpler time. I didn't turn the TV on at all during that day. I stayed off my phone, and it was definitely just a much simpler time back then, and every now and then it's nice to be able to just kind of put ourselves back to that simpler time and just focus on one another and family and making memories. It was a lot of work. I, again, only sat down probably fewer times making this video than I did in the last 1950s video. I think that housewives back then, being a homemaker was their entire focus, and it took every minute of their day, and they really didn't take very much time for themselves. I also loved doing just the classic Christmas things that are just completely timeless, like going to see Santa, decorating the Christmas tree, making Christmas cookies. Again, it really just made me feel connected to my role as a mother and our family, and just how timeless family and traditions really are. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. We had so much fun making it. Again, I will have all of the links to the rest of the decades down below, so make sure you go check them out and give them some love while you're there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!